Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome everyone to Answers for Elders radio network, heard across the USA. And we are in the amazing period of focusing on wellness, whether it's the and we started in June with the 8 foundational principles of wellness, and we are now into spiritual wellness. What is spiritual wellness to us? And we've had some amazing interactions with some guests, but I am very honored today to have one of my best teachers in the world, Reverend Dr. Kathianne Lewis from the Center for Spiritual Living in Seattle, Washington. And Reverend Kathianne, I am so thrilled to have you on Answers for Elders. Welcome.
Oh, I'm honored. Thank you. This is wonderful. If I can help, I'm here. I know you've been an amazing teacher. And when I think about, for my life, spiritual wellness, I think I was introduced to some incredible spiritual teachers, and you were kind of the conduit to this whole new, I call it like the science of spirituality. It's like this understanding of this web of awareness. And I really wanted to talk to our guests today a little bit. And that's why I asked you today. My definition of spirituality is this awareness. How do you define it, Reverend Kathianne? I think awareness of this greater web of life is a great definition. I'd also, so that's the outer. And I've known people who will say, I go out into nature and I feel the connection and I look at the stars and I know I'm part of everything. That's part of spirituality. The other part of spirituality is to have an intimate, close connection to what they say is that big infinite out there. Because it's not like I'm looking at this beautiful movie and see how gorgeous it is. I'm also part of the movie. I'm to feel a part of it, to see the connection and see, what is my, how am I being supported? How am I being inspired and empowered? And I'm part of this. I'm not just a spectator, because I think the difference between real spirituality and spiritual well-being is that we stop being a spectator. And stop being and I don't mean critic like as in critical, but you know how critics can give you a gist of what a play was, or the gist of what a movie was, or it's like we don't just get a gist of what somebody else said. We have an intimate relationship with something greater than ourselves, no matter what you call it.
Yes.
People are going to call it different things. They're going to go Jehovah or Yahweh or Jesus or Mother Mary or whatever.
Right.
When you have an intimate relationship with that, then you appreciate the greater web of life even in a more expansive way, because whatever you see out there that is beautiful, it's a reflection of your own beauty. So that's kind of a broad definition of spirituality.
Yeah. And I think what you're saying is so valuable, because my listeners know my story. I hit bottom when I was taking care of my mother. I lost my house to foreclosure. It was a horrible time in the economy. There was all kinds of things that happened. But here's the thing that I knew, and I read, you introduced me to a teacher by the name of Emma Curtis Hopkins. And she talked a lot, and I'm paraphrasing. I wish I could say it exactly, but it's something about when you see adversity come into your life, that's the greatest time to say thank you, because that's the time when we gain seeds of wisdom. And that is spiritually, in my mind, inspired. Is that correct?
I think that's very much so, that you welcome everything, even adversity, because a lot of people want to pick and choose.
Yeah. Pick and choose.
Yeah, but that's not seeing the whole web of life as good.
Yeah.
So to bless and be thankful in the face of adversity, it does two things, I think. first of all, yes, it does teach you. You learn from it. You grow from this adversity because you blessed it. The other thing is that by blessing your adversity, you call forth the good that is seeded within that adversity. Just like for you, by blessing your adversity, you got this seed to help so many other people.
True.
Whereas if you hadn't blessed it, the seed may not have been able to be fertilized and come forth. I mean,
Right.
I think that a lot of people listening to this will look at the adversities that they had in their life, and a lot of those adversities, those troubles, those trials, those obstacles gave birth to something greater.
Right.
Sometimes it's inner wisdom, sometimes it's inner strength, and sometimes it's just a miracle.
Yeah.
A bigger life than they could have ever even imagined.
Yeah. And I think too, what you're saying is that it's just having that, I guess I hate to say mindset, but it's that embracing of your connection with that of something greater. I'm trying to paraphrase what you're saying. Is that?
I think it's the embracing of something greater. And I just don't think that we understand the power of blessing and the power of Thanksgiving. I mean, if I was going to use a Bible illustration, most of Jesus's miracles happened after he first said thank you.
Yeah.
So what if we did that? What if we said, thank you for this opportunity to have something great come about, and thank you for this opportunity for me to grow, or I know there's a lesson in this. Thank you, God.
Sometimes it's hard. Yeah.
But
I think that applies also in relationships. In our marriages, there's times that, sometimes I want to throttle my husband. I never, I love him dearly, but I have to say, you know what, I have learned to pull it back on myself. Okay. What's triggering me? And then thank you for the opportunity to see that. And I think that's the connection that we talk about, is that healing piece of our own souls, is that spiritual awareness. It's that connection.
Yeah.
How does that equate, I guess, to the people that come and see you in, do they come with challenges like that? And how are relationships sometimes challenges, and can spiritual wellness help those?
Well, people come to me with all sorts of challenges. Because,
yeah, I know they do. Yeah.
It's kind of surprising that maybe challenges happen because for the purpose. I'm not in the big scheme of things. Maybe we set it up in our own soul that, okay, I'm going to wander away like the prodigal son, away from my center, away from my connection of God. But then there's going to be a challenge, and I'm going to be running back saying, I can't handle this on my own, which I think happens. We can't handle it on our own. I mean, really.
Right.
So with that in mind, I guess I would say that when people come to me with any kind of challenge, whether it's right now, a lot of the challenges are with caring for elder parents.
Yep.
I mean, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And also for people with fixed incomes, like inflation's happening, but pensions and Social Security is having a hard time keeping up. So there's a lot of challenges, whether it's financial or relationship, family-wise. And all I can do is just say, God's bigger than this. I think it was Emerson who said, that which is within you is greater than that which is outside of you.
Yes.
So when they can reconnect with their own sustaining spiritual force, they will get ideas that will help them work stuff out. And because there's no real problem, there's only an idea problem.
Right.
So money problems, there's no relationship problems, there's no anything problem in and of itself. It's always an idea problem. And when we can be inspired within to have new ideas, we will have the inspiration to handle what the issue is.
I love that. And Kathianne and we are going to be right back right after this. And we're going to talk a lot more about spiritual wellness, being aware, being embracing that who we are as spiritual beings right after this. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.